Hey guys, welcome back. After doing several snowmen on my channel, I had a viewer, Bonnie, who wants me to do an angel now. So I went online on Google and I got this template, and I'm going to trace this out now on some walnut that I have, scrap walnut just laying around. And I'm also going to use this, I believe it's spalted maple here, and this is going to be the wings. Now, if you don't have this kind of wood, you can use any kind of scrap you got laying around the shop. So let's get over to the layout bench and we'll start laying it out. Okay, first thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut out all around here, around the arms and the hair. I'm going to not use the halo on it. And then I'm going to cut the wings off, and I'll use those wing templates a little bit later. So I'm just going to take some scissors here, and I'm going to start cutting that out. Okay, with that being cut out, the wings set aside over here. As you can see, I'll cut the wings out later. Okay, they're right here. I'm going to start tracing this out. Just hold it down tight. Take your pencil and just go along the outside edge of it real nice. I'm going to go ahead and trace this out, and I'll turn the camera back on when I'm done. Alright, now I think you can see what I have traced out there. I hope you can anyway. Can you see that? I don't know. Anyways, now I'm going to take it over to a chop saw. I'm just going to cut this off, and then I'm going to head over to a bandsaw, and I'm going to cut this out on the bandsaw. Now, if you don't have a bandsaw, you can use a saber saw. That's what I used to use before I got the bandsaw. Alright, now you can see what I got. I laid the piece of walnut in the cutout area that I had there just to show you where the wings are going to go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these wings, I'm going to cut these out with scissors, and then I'm going to trace them out on the spalted maple, and that's going to be the wings. Now the spalted maple should look pretty cool with the way that grain's running through there. Okay, you can see how I placed my wings. I just set them right on each side of the angel, just like they would be if you did that, okay? You see what I'm saying? Now I'm going to trace these out. Go all the way around. I'm going to do the same to each one, and then I'm going to show you a little trick. Okay, I traced it out. I'm going to just pick my angel up. And then what I'm going to do is where the points of the wings come together right here, I am going to just go straight across. Just like that with a line. And then I'm also going to take the top points just like that. Now you can see my tracing. You can see my wings. They go around here. Now what this is going to do, I'm going to connect this to the back of this piece, and it will help give it more of a 3D effect. Now I'm going to go over to the bandsaw and I'm going to cut this out, okay? Okay, I think that looks pretty cool like that. Okay, we got two different shades. You can see what I got there. Now see how I did this? That is just going to glue onto there like that. Okay, now I'm going to get my sander out with some 120 on it, and I'm going to sand all these down real good. guys, I'm really not sure how this is going to work, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this face out of a very thin piece of maple here, and I'm going to hope that it looks like a face when I put it on the walnut. So we'll have a contrasting wood that will make the face. So let me cut this out with some scissors, and then we'll see how that goes. Okay, you can see what I'm going for. I'm going to put some wood on there. It's going to look basically like that, only I'm going to use the thin piece of maple. That's my face. Oh, on the floor. Alright, so that's the face, how it's going to be. Now I'm going to take some sandpaper by hand and sand that down. I hope this looks alright, guys. So now, guys, I'm taking 220 and I'm sanding everything by hand. Just a little bit, rounding the edges over and everything like that. And then I'm going to start assembling, gluing these together, and then I'm going to work on a base where I can put a candle in it. Okay, guys, now I'm just going to take a little bit of glue, not very much at all. And I'm going to put a little bit on my wings. See that? That's about all you're going to need. I'm going to set my angel body right on it. Make sure you position it where you want before you clamp it. Just going to push it around a little bit. Smooch it around to spread that glue out a little bit, but don't put so much glue on that it's going to spread out on your sides, or you're not going to like it when you put a finish on it. Okay, I got that. I'm going to pick it up, hold it tight, just like that, okay? I'm going to just put a quick clamp on it. I'm going to let this sit for probably 20 minutes or so. And during that time, I'm going to start working on my base for the candle. So there we go, okay? Okay, there's our glue up, guys. It's looking pretty good, I think. Okay. Alright, guys. Put the face on, and then I thought I'm going to do some praying hands too. So I did some praying hands. It just so happened I got the grain going right down the middle of the praying hands. I think that looks good. But now I'm wondering, should I put some hemp hair on it like that? Make it look like an old school angel? I'm thinking I might try that. I hope I don't screw it up by trying that, but let's see what we can do. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hemp and I'm going to hot glue gun it right around the top of that face. I'm going to put my hot glue right up there, and then I'm going to press this hemp rope. I'm going to press it right in there, and then I'm going to go in for the night. But when I come out tomorrow, I'm going to loosen this hair up to make it look more like hair, and I'm going to make the stand tomorrow. So let's get this hot glue gun. Stick our glue in there. I'm putting it right around the top of that forehead. Then I'm going to press my hemp right into it. Just like so. I'm going to hold that in there. Hold it in there for a few seconds and it'll set by itself. And then we'll work on that hair tomorrow, try to make it look a little bit better. Alright, I'm going to let it go. Now you can see, you can get an idea what we're going with. I'm going to loosen all these strands up tomorrow. I'm going to let that hot glue set up. But right now I'm heading in, guys. We will see you tomorrow. Alright guys, at this point I could be done with it, but what I want to do is I want to take this candle, put it there, and have a flickering with a walnut base. And the only reason I'm using walnut is because this is walnut. So if you use pine, you could use pine, whatever. So I'm going to head over here. Of course, you can see all the scrap wood that I have, okay? But I've got some over here. And I'm going to pick this piece here, and this will be my base. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this piece of walnut even with the dress on the angel right here. Then I'm going to round these edges over on my belt sander and then just hand sand them smooth all the way around. Then I'm going to use my Forstner bit and set this down into the base itself. Now this is an 1.5" Forstner bit. You can pick one of these up. This is a Irwin. You can get these at Lowe's or whatever. They work real nice. And these, you just order these online. Probably Amazon, whatever. And they have a real nice flickering thing to it. I think that looks cool once it's put in. So let me go ahead and cut this off. I'm going to round these corners off and sand it. Show you what we got. Alright, I'm finishing this up with a little bit of 220. And I might spray a little lacquer on this once I get it assembled. Right now what I'm going to do, this is 4.5 inches, so I'm going to measure 2.25 up and then just center the middle of it so I can sink this in with my Forstner bit. So it'll be sitting up about this high, okay? Okay, as you can see, I put a little fence on here. I always like to do that when I'm drilling something, just so it doesn't twist in my hands. I also clamp this down with a clamp going this way, just to help it, again, so it doesn't twist in my hands. So let's get started here and see what happens. Now, I like the way these forest bits, they really cut nice. Oh, that walnut smells good too. Oh yeah. Alright, just went even with the top there. Now let's see how that candle's going to fit in there. Okay, I put it in there. You can see it's sticking up a little bit, so I'm going to go just a little bit deeper. That'll be good enough. I don't want to go right through the bottom of this thing, so we're going to leave it go at that. Okay, let's go ahead and nail this on. I got my brad nailer here. I got 5/8 brads in it. I am going to take my angel, connect it to the base, just eye it up there, edge to edge, and I'm going to put my brads right through the back, maybe just 2 of them. Take my candle out. Okay, just a little bit of glue. That's enough, okay? Try not to get carried away with the glue, guys, okay? Set that right up in there. Right to the edge of the bench. It's looking good. Okay, we're going to do 2 brads. There we go. Put the candle in there. Looks pretty sassy, eh? I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Now I might put a little belt on here. What do you think? With hemp rope? I'm not sure. But first of all, I'm going to go over and spray this with just a little bit of lacquer, alright? Okay, here's the lacquer I'm using. It's Krylon lacquer. And I'm just going to give it a quick coat. Probably just one. Shake it up good, okay? And you can go right over the hemp rope and everything. It ain't going to hurt it. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, look at that grain pop. Cool, I'm coming to the other side. Right up. And then for the back, just a quick one on the back. That's looking pretty now. I like it. You like it? I like it. Alright, I'm going to let that dry for a few minutes and we'll see what we got. Alright, I think this turned out pretty nice. Now I'm going to take it in the house and show you it in another setting, along with some of the snowmen that I did, that you can find online. Just subscribe, go to David Vasher, and you can find all my snowmen. They turned out real good. All right, let's get in the house and see what we got. Okay, there's our angel. Looks good. And there's one of the snowmen I was talking about. Just look me up, David Vasher, subscribe. Building wooden snowmen. And here's a couple more. Oh, Merry Christmas, by the way, everyone. Here's a couple more snowmen that I did. They're also online. Alright guys, thanks a lot. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel. Merry Christmas, everybody. Give me a thumbs up. Build some stuff, guys.